Welcome to section 1.2. We're going to discuss piecewise functions in this section. And in this first example, we're going to learn to evaluate a piecewise function at different x values. So what is a piecewise function? Well, a piecewise function is a function that's defined by two or more equations. Each piece of the function applies to a different part of its domain. An example is shown here. So if we have f of x equals x minus 2, but only if the x value is less than or equal to 0. F of x will equal 2x plus 1 in the event that x is a number that's bigger than 0. Later on, we're going to be graphing these. Here's what a graph of this function looks like. You notice these are both linear. They're both first-degree polynomial equations, so their graphs are straight lines. And if you look here, hopefully you remember a little bit about that. In this case, this first line has a y-intercept of -2, so it crosses at -2, and then a slope of 1, so it would go up 1, right 1, but because it's only graph less than 0, we only go in this direction. So it's an increasing line. The other one has a y-intercept of 1, but it's not included because notice there's no equal sign. But then it has a slope of 2, so from there it goes up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So we'll get into graphing later. Let's do an example where we're evaluating. So the problem here asks us to evaluate the function of f of x equals x minus 2, where x less than or equal to 0, and 2x plus 1 when x is greater than 0, for two different values. First, what about when x is 0? Well, we know that if x is 0, that means we can plug 0 in place of x. Question is where? Do I plug it in there, or do I plug it in here? Well, it all depends on these domains here. Okay, if you're plugging in a number that's less than or equal to 0, you're going to substitute it into the first equation. If you're picking a number that's bigger than 0, you're going to plug it into the second equation. So 0, is that less than or equal to 0, or is it greater than 0? Well, it's less than or equal to 0. So I'm going to plug it into the first equation. So f of 0 is going to be equal to, put 0 in place of x, 0 minus 2, which is -2. So there's your answer for f of 0. Part B, what about when x is 4? Well, again, you ask yourself, is 4 less than or equal to 0? No, then don't put it in there. Is 4 greater than 0? Yes, it is. So we're going to put it in there. So f of 4 can be found by plugging 4 in for that x. So it'll say 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 1, which gives us 9. So that gives us 9. This is not in your notes, but here's just a few more examples. Here's a piecewise function with 3 pieces in it. F of x equals 3 if you get a number less than -2. F of x is x plus 2 if you pick a number between -2 and 5. And f of x equals 4x if the x value is bigger than 5. So for example, if I had f of -8, well, -8 is smaller than -2. So the value of the function would simply be 3. There is no x value for us to even substitute into. Well, what if I wanted to find f of 0? Well, what does 0 fit? Is 0 smaller than -2? No. Is 0 between -2 and 5? There we go. It fits in there. So we'll put 0 in for that x right there. So f of 0 is 0 plus 2, which would be 2. If I pick a number such as 5, well, is 5 less than -2? Certainly not. Is 5 either greater than or equal to -2 or less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. It's less than or equal to 5. So 5 is equal to 5, so I use this again. So 5 plus 2 would be 7. If I pick a number like 10, now you can see 10 is definitely bigger than 5, so I would put it in there, and 4 times 10 would be 40. So you got to substitute the value into the right piece of the piecewise function.